Welcome in, everybody. Hello, precious pieces. Thank you for coming in here. I tonight I have 4 projects that I am going to be doing. They're really quick projects, but they're um, so fun to do and have actually. So I'd like to thank everyone for coming in. Thank you for the moderators that'll be coming in and those in the bushes. Um, so one of the projects that I'm going to be doing is um, I know this is Marilyn's design. It's Hey Girl. And it's with Labrador outline, blue zircon, and I think fuchsia. So, but yeah, hopefully it's not going to interfere with the my camera like it did one time. So one of the projects is going to be this a handle cover for like your luggage or your bags. Hi, I'm Bias. Thank you for coming in, Queen. And I don't know if you can see it in this camera. Oh, there you can see it. So I did the quilting on it. It's just using 2 pieces of fabric and some batting and some Velcro. And you put it around your bag handle with the Velcro. And great. All these projects are great for using up your scraps. Thank you, Picture Me Crafting, for coming in and moderating. So this, just to tell you, this is the sew-in Velcro, and it's not gonna. It's good for me because I'm not gonna fuss with it. But if the kids, the little ones, for their suitcase, they'll be just sitting there playing. And so I'm gonna go to another store and see about getting the other kind that's more loopy. This is like plastic. You can see the shine. And so I have an order for 7 of these. And so I need to have the other kind of Velcro. So that's what that is. So that's one. The other project that I'll be doing is this is a jar opener. Oh, and I just put that jar away. Maybe I have one down here. Yeah, I have one down here. So I wish I never had tasted this stuff because now I'm addicted to it. I have to have it, but I can only get it once a month. And it's not expensive. It's just that I'm on a weight loss journey. And I'm down 10 pounds, and my doctor was very happy about that today. So, but anyway, so I wanted something that was going to be big enough for this. So that's how I got the measurement for it. And, but I have a request, somebody had requested smaller ones, that they can just keep in their purse. So I'm thinking about doing like a rivet and a thing so that they can attach it to their keychain or something like that for the water bottles, because these water bottles are ridiculously difficult. Thank you. My doctor was very happy because, weight loss means that my legs aren't swelling as much, which means my blood pressure isn't as high. So it's all good stuff. Hello, Sharon and Jesse. Thank you for coming in. So the projects that I'm making tonight are all scrap friendly things. This is a bag cover, and you can even put it on like your grocery bag handle thingies. So that is just 2 pieces of fabric and Velcro and batting. And I went ahead and just gave it a little quilting just to hold it together better and to look nice. The other thing is a jar opener is just a piece of fabric and then shelf liner, which is something I had. And so, I mean, it's easy to find in dollar store or and stuff like that, but that's all it is just that. And you make them any size you want. As I was saying, I made it because I needed it to fit this jar. And so mine is a 6-inch square. The other thing I'm going to do, and I took this because I help my little one with homework on Mondays. And so I gave this to her, and so she fiddled with it while she was doing her homework. And so I videotaped that to show its usage. So all it is just some fleece, and and then I just cut some. I'll give the measurements when I'm doing the projects, and then you just do a stitch down the middle, and it's a marble, and it's just a regular marble, which my great grandkids, hi Rosalind, my great grandkids donated some of their marbles for my project. And so my little miss, she says, I just wish that it didn't have this line down the middle so I can play with, so I can just roll the marble. And I go, honey, that's what the whole purpose is to have it. And you're supposed to go around the channel. She goes, oh. So, but she wants a red one. She's fading out of her pink era and moving into red. So red is becoming her favorite color. So anyway, so that's called a pocket fidget and polar fleece. These two are made out of cotton. And then this is the other project. And this is a stress reliever. And you know what it is? It's a pool noodle. And then you just cut it into strips of 1 inch. And I think it's a good fidget like this. Hey, Cheryl H. I think it's a good fidget like this, where you can just like, because I have to have patience with this laptop. And so that's what I do, and squeeze. So, but then you can make a little pocket for it. And I haven't stitched this one closed yet, but this is just a 3.5-inch square. And you do have to hand stitch it closed because you're not going to stick this under the machine. So that's what I still have to do for this one. And so that's all 4 of my projects that I'm doing. Bag holder, jar opener, pocket fidget, and stress ball. It's not a ball, that's why I keep forgetting. It's just, anyway, so it's perfect. And I need to have these things when I go to the dentist, just because I just tense up. So this is going to be much nicer because it fits in my hand instead of those squeeze balls. So let's get started. What do I already have cut? Oh, you know what? I know I'm running out of thread, so let me go ahead and change that. My bobbin is good. It's a new bobbin, a fresh bobbin. So my cardiologist wants me to lose a total of 25 pounds by the next time I see him, which is in December. So I have 15 more to go. But I'm not gonna worry about it. If it comes, it comes. If it goes, if the weight goes, it goes. All right. This is kind of confusing. There we go. Hi, Renee. Welcome in. It's not the day that I had planned. I just had planned on one thing today, and that was, take visiting with my family and helping the kids with their homework. And the doctor called and says, "We need you to come in." So it's time for my 8-month checkup. So I was scheduled for scans today too, and I'm not going to really make this about my appointment, but they did go ahead and move my scans to Friday. So sorry, I gotta see. I'll be able to see the. Hey, Mary Brown, welcome in. Awesome. Okay, so Jennifer Hancock had suggested last week about making the volume smaller and me larger. So I'm doing that. Can you all hear me okay? Eventually I'll add a camera so y'all can see my machine. Let me make sure nothing's behind me. Okay, good. I did put the phone with the volume off to the side here, not behind the machine. So, okay, I'm going to go with what I have cut. Which actually I have them all. I have them all cut except for the bag holder. It is hot underneath all these lights. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad the volume is good. Let me change this to Sharon. It's good to see you in here. Um, okay, and this is just super easy. All I did was put the right side of the fabric down onto the shelf liner. And I think I got this shelf liner at Walmart. Um, I wanted gray, and I had the gray when I lived in California, and then I needed more for in here. So, because I didn't unpack it yet. I didn't know what box it got put in because I didn't pack my apartment in California. I was on the injury list. Anyway, so we're just going to do a 1/4 inch seam. Got to fetch everything. And this, even though it's like gripper, it's still It still sews good on my machine. It's not sticking to my sewing machine is what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm getting real brave and I'm not even clipping anything. Which, as I always say, this wouldn't pass a sobriety test. Woo. Hey, Laura. I'm here in the bushes. Got work tomorrow. Yes, you do have work tomorrow. Let me show you what I'm making. Because I don't know. I know you're not going to be on the whole night because you have work tomorrow. So I'm making a jar opener with just a piece of cotton and shelf liner, and you can make them any size you want. This particular one is a 6 inch, um, 6 inch, and then this is the Fidget pocket Fidget. It's just a piece of polar fleece um, with a marble inside, and you just do a stitch down below. I mean, in the middle, and you just want to make sure that the marble will go all the way around. I just stitched it closed too tight here, so so I got to work it through, which is fine. My second one I made was fine. Then a handle, and I did quilting, luggage handle or bag handle, and stress ball made out of a cool noodle. That you can even hand sew. I know you don't want to pull out your sewing machine. Hey, Lady Bear. Okay, have a good rest. Yeah, and picture me crafting. I mean, it's just just a square of fabric, and then part of this, and this is just stuff that I have in the household. Um, I don't know about everybody, but not that very, very inexpensive. And I've seen people put magnets and then, like a magnet and then stitch it up here. But I don't know how washable that is, if you throw it in the wash. And then also a loop. I can add a loop. But I was thinking, because I want one in my car for when I grab a bottle of water and then I can't open it because my arthritis in my thumbs. So I was thinking like putting a rivet in the corner and then a split ring. And then if you had that, then you could hang it on, on your fridge, if you had one of those hook things, or just clip it. I have carabiners on my tote bag. I could clip it on there. But yeah, I'd like to have one in my car because, like I said, those water bottles are, are difficult to open. And they're so, we've got the bandana on here. They're so flimsy too. I forgot to leave an opening. Okay, Laura, have a good evening and have a great day at work tomorrow. So this is what happens because I didn't clip it or pin it, is I forgot to leave an opening. So now I'm going to open up a section so that I can turn it. So I want to wish all those that are grandparents a happy Grandparents' Day, which was yesterday officially, but of course we're celebrating every day. And so I'm excited I get to go to the kids' school this week and have breakfast with them at school. And then they have a little uh, performance to do. So that's going to be fun. My little miss is really excited. Yeah, I thought that I knew it was in September, Precious Pieces. I didn't, and I thought it was like around the 17th, but according to the calendar, it was the 7th yesterday, which makes sense. It's I think it's one of those holidays that ends up where they move it around so it's on a Sunday. That's why we can't remember the day, you know. In Mexico, Mother's Day is May 10th, no matter what day of the week it falls on, May 10th. Okay, so because I've opened this, I'm going to go ahead and just stitch here so I can have a back stitch, and stitch here so I can have a back stitch there, and then I'm going to turn it. And I did give this a little press. If you don't have it on the wool setting, hi Jennifer. Um, don't put it on the wool setting or the cotton setting. Just have it kind of medium, and as long as you don't touch this part, you're good. And so I just want to give it a press after I get it turned in. I do appreciate everybody coming in tonight. Really excited to um, get these projects. I had, I just kept coming up with things and they were just really short. I mean, really quick projects. And so I was like, let me just get like four of them together and then I'll do them all in the same show. I still am going to, I'm still doing my show on Wednesday at 11:45. And for that show, I'm going to be making a sensory toy for my great granddaughter that's going to be born in October or November. To do the beginning of November, but she always goes early, so that's why we say October, November. So, and I don't have a prototype for that because I only have the supplies for one. Because I'm adding a teething ring, and I only have one teething ring. Okay, so then we're going to clip the corners. See this one? I ran off the road there. So I'm going to trim that. Oh my. I really did. This is what I call wouldn't pass the sobriety test. I make it in with Marilyn. Because I did not do a straight line there. But trim it up. And y'all are the only ones that know. I can't say nobody will know because y'all saw it. But also, that's what's great about sewing is like it's kind of easy to fix things, disguise them. All right. So turn it inside out. I'm going to come in here and grab a corner and bring it on in. Hi, Dunsell. Thank you for being here. Yes. So this is not going to be an all-nighter. I have 4 projects that I am focused on. And they're quick and easy. I have an appointment at 7:30 in the morning, and it's not here in my house, so I got to get up, get dressed, and get out. So, anyway, but it's like I am going to be doing night owl crafting every Monday, and my regular Gale Designs show on Wednesday at 11:45 in the afternoon Central Time. And I don't see any of my California friends yet, but they'll be here. So then I just use, because I don't want to poke through on this, so I'm just going to like bring these up and kind of use the round end of my bone folder and kind of just swivel it like this, and it comes out. I kind of like them rounded too, but we'll push them out. Sometimes I just get like one rounded and then the other 3. Okay, Shay Shay, thank you for coming in. Okay, and then what we'll do is like tuck in the opening. And then I'll stitch that. I'm just going to pin it right now. For right now. See, I like this better than this stuff. It just has, I don't know. I may take these apart. These are the sublimated. These you can sublimate them. But I like this Velcro better. But Heyday, I'll go. A Hobby Lobby might have it. I got this at Walmart. It's the sewing kind. I have the kind that's like this, but the it's it has the adhesive on it. It's not made for sewing. So anyway, so these are all the ones that I have to make for that, and then red. Um, so I still have to cut this out. I have the Velcro cut, but not that. So I have that. This is cut. This is ready. You can't see me. So I'm just going to give this a little press on the fabric side. Oh, Marilyn, can you drop your link to your Etsy shop? I'm wearing your shirt again. I mean, wearing another one of your designs. Everyone at the doctor's office like, oh my gosh, your shirt is so pretty. Where did you get it? I go, I made it. And I go, oh, Gail's boutique. And I go, actually, Gail designs squares. But anyway. All right, so I am going to pin this because I need to keep that lining in there. Okay. And then we're just going to do a top stitch. I want to pull out this corner some more. This is the old tool. As a matter of some of the numbers aren't even on here, but I like using this point, and also it helps me to keep the fabric underneath the needle. I mean, underneath the presser foot when it starts to get caught up in there. My lining's coming up. My corners, I end up hand cranking to get it in there. Hi, Alice B. Thank you for coming in. I laugh because I have to remember to get my foot off the pedal when I'm trying to do some close work. So there's one project done. And you know what? This would be really good for gift giving. Sorry. Like you can do like a towel set and then make some of these and add it in there, or doing like as stocking stuffers. And you know, I think they'll understand what it is. You don't even have to say anything. Or like if you're going to if you make jam or jellies for the holidays, and you can include one of these in there. So it's real easy. It's just scrap fabric, or this is 6 inches, but you can make it any size. And then some shelf liner, and just stitch it 1/4 inch, leave an opening, turn it inside out, and then top stitch it along the edge there. So there's that. And then Um, then we'll do the pocket fidget. Here's a gray one that I did. Is polar fleece, and then you just stitch it in the middle. You make a pocket, you stitch it in the middle, and then you can stitch it at the end. So there's just a marble in there, and they just chase it around. My little one, she was doing homework tonight, and I picked this one. And so she was doing homework with this hand and then playing with the marble with this hand. And it's nice and soft, and it's just fidgets. So these are just regular marbles. Um, you could use like Dollar Tree has those pearls and stuff, but you can wash these and any of these because they're small. I would put them in one of those um, zipper bag things for the laundry for the dryers. It's because they're small. You don't want to end up losing them. But if it's something, it's everything. Everything is going to be handled a lot, so you definitely want to wash them from time to time. But I'll be taking these on the plane to play with while I pray on the way up and on the way down. So anyway, so my little ones had donated these marbles to me. I had bedazzling designs. Um, I would just stick with these. They're just the regular size plain marbles. One of the videos that I saw, they used the bigger ones, like for what you would put in a jar when you're doing flower arrangements, but they were big, which made it a little more difficult to go around. So this is pocket fidget. It's polar fleece. It's 4.5 inches long and 3 inches wide. You need two pieces and a marble. That's it. But you do want to have fleece because you want it to be stretchy. So it's there is a right side and a wrong side to polar fleece. One side is more fluffier than the other side. So I'm putting um, the right sides together, and I'm going to pin it, leaving an opening this time. And I still don't have any of the little clips, so I'm still using pins. Okay, so I've moved my stitch back to my stitch length and going to do a 1/4 inch seam. And my 1/4 inch is the edge of my, oh, sorry, the outer edge of my seam. I need, you back stitch. And clip the corners. Wow. It curled up. I can't see the stitching. So that's one thing too, is because polar fleece shifts, you want to make sure that you did stitch it. This shifted and almost didn't get caught in there, but it's in there, so it's fine. So I'm going to just clean that up, clip my corners. And then we're going to turn that. Reach in there, find that corner, pull it through. Bring out these corners. And I'm also going to run this along the seam to bring that out, because this is nylon. So if you press it, you need really, really low heat. I'm just going to roll it to bring the seam out. And it's going to be fine because the marble will roll it out too. So what you do next depends on the size of marble you use. I'm using the regular size marble that they play with games. And so a 1/2 inch. This one I did less so that there's actually more room for a marble to pass. This one I did a 1/2 inch. And what I'm saying is a 1/2 inch from the edge, and then I pinned it, and that's where my needle went in for here to here. And the only place it's tight, which will eventually go away, is here, because I stitched it more than an eighth. I stitched it closed. But this is my prototype. But it works fine. It's just a little tight right there, which it's my prototype. This is one that I did a shorter actually, so it would be more than did. I think that's, I don't know, the numbers are gone on that. Let me see. Oh, there's the one. Okay. So I did 1 inch instead of a 1/2 inch. So this will go to somebody that just wants to get through it fast. So this is just, it's called a pocket fidget. So it just has one marble, it just has one channel. There are others that have complete mouse, maze. So I'm going to put the marble in there. I told my kids, it's like, you don't have to give me your prettiest marbles because they're not going to be seen. You can give me, and they says, "Oh, Gigi, you can have all the marbles you want because we broke the game that it goes with." I'm like, okay. All right. So I'm going to pin this because I'm struggling with that corner. I didn't go in far enough. Hey, just gifted. Welcome in. Congratulations again on your 1K. Okay, so get your marble up in a corner, and when you're stitching, you can, you know what? I don't think I put the marble in yet. I don't. When I stitch this closed, that's when the marble goes in. Okay, so I'm going to pin this again because I do need that pinned. And then I'm going to go, not an inch, but I'm going to go, say, like 7/8. So I'm just measuring 7/8 from the edge, and then I'm going to pin. So that's going to be where either the needle stops or it starts, depending on which side I do. And then I'm going, wow, challenged here. Okay. And then if you just stitch down the middle, you're going to be fine. So I'm just kind of eyeballing the middle. And so like here, you can, I don't know how you would draw a line, because it's here. Oh, if you had chalk, you can use chalk. So, but I'm just going to do, I eyeball the center. So I'm going to come in here, get it underneath, and I'm going to gently put my needle down right where that pin is. And you do want to reinforce this stitch because it's going to be, people are going to, or the marble is going to go around and around and around. And so you want it to have strength. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my little one, she says, Gigi, I wish this string wasn't here because then I could just, she didn't want, I go, honey, but that's not what it's for. It's supposed to be there so you can like play with the marble, making it go around in the channel there. She goes, oh, so she got it, but she didn't understand at first. Okay, I'm coming up on my pin, so I'm going to hand crank it just so I don't run over a pin. But I want to get that measurement. Pulling out the pin. Then I'm going to back stitch. Then I'm going to turn the project because I want to go up 3 times. I want to stitch it 3 times just to reinforce it. And I'm trimming my thread because I don't want to make a nest. Okay, I have to I have to spread it apart. I can't see the thread. Okay, we don't have to back stitch because we are going to turn it around and come back again. Now that's 1, 2, 3. Now I'll back stitch it. Okay, now if you have one of those fancy machines that does a three stitch, you can use that, and then you're fine. You've done your 3 stitches. Okay, so now I'm going to put the marble in and kind of test it out. And it works. I'm going to keep it up in the corner, and I'm going to stitch this closed. And we're not doing a top stitch because you don't want to take away from any of that for the marble to go through. You just want to get as close as you can to the edge, but still grab a hold of both. So I will be turning this and going back around again. I got to get that corner underneath there. Make sure your needle is up high so you don't break it. Stuffing a big old corner in there. All right. I like to use this to keep the edges of the fleece underneath there. Needs to be pushed. I think some of you have some fancy tool to do what I just did. Is that what a stiletto is? I'm using what I have. I'm a baby boomer. We're resourceful. We use what we got. Okay, that is good. It is. It is stitched closed. Let me get these tails out of here. Test it out. Awesome. That is good. This little tight in that corner there. But it'll be fine. It gives the person something to play with. Okay. So what we've done so far is we've made the jar opener using a 6-inch square fabric and 6-inch square shelf liner. And and that's what I did because I needed, I have misplaced my jar. But anyway, I have a big jar that I needed opening for my ice cream thing. But you can make them any size you want. I'm going to be making a smaller one, maybe a 4x4, because these water bottles are difficult to open. And so I've had a request for those, like, oh, I need those for my water bottles. And I want to keep a water bottle I want to keep a small one in my car for the water bottles. I'm not going to be opening up ice cream in South Texas in my car. So we did that, and then the um, fidget pocket fidgets, and the other thing um, is you need a pool noodle, and you cut a 1 inch of the pool noodle. I heard that um, Dollar Tree has pool noodle knives, and they look like this. This is actually a Pampered Chef knife. It's not safe, but the one in Heismer, the one that's made for pool noodles and that's in Dollar Tree is it's not going to cut you. This will cut you. It's pink because it was during their breast cancer thing, but it cuts real easy. So any kind of serrated knife will cut them, and so just 1 inch is all you need. And right now, I know Walmart has them on clearance. The pool noodles on clearance, um, but this I think is a good fidget just all by itself. You don't even need to do anything fancy with it. Um, I know I was like playing with it while I was trying to get um, online, trying to get something done on my computer because it's so slow. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool for fidget. I should just keep some of these. Um, oh, it's a lettuce knife from Pampered Chef. They got everything so specific. But I was getting everything breast cancer related. I worked in pathology, and so we always did a lot of big things for breast cancer. But anyway, so I was thinking this is a good little fidget just by itself. But we're going to be making a little pocket for it, and so the pocket, it's just two pieces. It's a square of fabric. Polar fleece, and I believe, okay, it is two pieces of 3.5 by 3.5 polar fleece. You're just going to stitch it around. Oh, so like again, so it does have a right side and a wrong side. The wrong side is smoother. And then the right side is fluffier. So I will pin it to make sure I leave an opening. And this, you do want to leave a good size opening. When you put it in, you're going to be putting it in full side up. So it's going to lay like this inside there. You do want a good size opening, but you also don't want to get too close to your corner. You want to make sure you can stitch that corner in there. I didn't do that on that pocket fidget. I left it too close to the corner, opened, and I didn't need to. I just did because, it's live. Hey, 755 media, welcome in. And so then I'm just pinning all around, leaving an opening. And because it's the fluffy sides are together, that fabric will shift like you've seen already. So I'm gonna put extra pins in here on this side. This is my opening. Let me go ahead and put it. Hi, Lena. Lena's been making a lot of her bags. That she worked out her pattern on our first night out crafting. She tested it out and she's perfected it, and now she's going to town whipping them bags up. Okay. Oh, I just removed the pin I needed. This is where I'm going to leave my opening. Okay, so we're back to a 1/4 inch seam, and we're going to be using regular size stitch. I have to say that out loud even when you're not here, because sometimes I keep it on the top stitch and then it's like my stitching looks kind of wonky because it's the wrong stitch length. Sewing is messy. Shouldn't wear black on, but y'all understand. All you sewers at least understand. I've got thread all over me. Okay, we're going to back stitch. Am I blinding you with all this sparkle? It's just, I love it. Thank you, 755. It's one of Marilyn's designs. One of these days, I'll have one of these that says Gale Designs, and it'd be all pretty blingy. Ow! The hazard of sticking the needles the way I did. I don't know how to design. Well, I made I did make the Gale Designs out of heat transfer vinyl with the YouTube bling for Why You Ain't Subbing Me Though show. I don't know how to make my own bling designs yet. Okay, so I'm checking out my. Okay, I left enough. Had to go get your shades. All right. I love that. I got a lot of compliments at the doctor's office today. Okay, so here we go. I left a good enough opening for here. I'm going to stick my finger in and pull out the corner. And then stitch that. And you poke through the corners. Hi, Irma. Here comes California. And of course, with Bedazzling Designs, we have Los Angeles in the house. No 755. Why you ain't subbing me, though? I need 500. So I'm going to be doing 9:15 Central on Monday night, and then I'm still doing Wednesday at 11:45 a.m. Central, and then with the Patch Hat crew on Thursday nights at 5 Central. And so what I will be doing for Wednesday this week is I'm going to be making a sensory toy for my great grandbaby's shower, which is she'll be due. She'll be arriving maybe end of September or early October. No, excuse me, end of October or beginning of November. Anyway, you tried to sub me, but my Obama phone got cut off. Oh, mine fell in the pool. So then you just stick, like I said, you want the hole up, and then you squeeze it in there, and then you just put it in there, and then you're going to hand stitch this with a whip stitch. You're going to whip it good. So I'm just going to pin this closed for now. Let me go this way. So anyway, before I put the pins in, I just want to show you. So it's just small, it'll fit in the pocket. And then, so it's good. It's nice and soft. So that's a sensory. What? Oh, I'm like, what are you laughing at, Donzo? My phone fell in the pool. I can't sub to her. Anyway, so and then you just like squeeze it. Now I did share that I'm a riser in the dentist chair. I not that he's hurting me or anything like that, but I had a bad experience. I got slapped when I was a kid. I was crying, and it was a pediatric dentist. Oh, whip it. Yeah. Whip it. I'm gonna whip it good. Anyway, so so now I just don't. I'm just not over that. I have PTSD over that, and I was crying for my mommy. And where's Oreo? It's story time. Anyway, so it's a kid, and this tooth here, I was in a three-legged race, and we weren't matched, so her hips threw me, and I fell and broke that tooth. So I was in the dentist chair, and he's like trying to fix it and stuff, and I'm crying for my mommy, and he kept yelling at me to stop, and then he slapped me. Guess what? His hand made contact with my face right as my mom was walking in the door, and she grabbed me, pulled me out, and every one of those moms with their children saw this big old handprint on my face. So we did find a pediatric dentist that was nice. He had a treasure chest and gave us prizes. So anyway, so getting back to why I need stress balls in the dentist is because I just like squeeze them so that I don't raise up in the chair. I let him do what he has to do. Anyway, so I'll be taking these to the dentist when I go to the dentist. So it's a whip stitch, and I haven't done a whip stitch in a long time. So I kind of think I know how to do it, but I will do that. I'm not going to do that right this minute. I'm just going to pin that close, but I just wanted you to see what it's like. And it would be good, like when you have to go and get blood work done, and they make you squeeze your hand. Well, if you got nails, it hurts to squeeze your hand. Um, the So having this would have been nice to have. Anyway, he was no longer in practice after that incident. Did I spell that right? License. I think it's that the License. I always get confused with that. But anyway, so yeah, no, he was no longer in practice after that because all those moms, not only heard me crying for my mom, but they heard him yelling at me and then saw the hand on my face. I don't think, in the 60s, we didn't sue. I don't know, but I don't think we did. But anyway, so then that's the third project. Now the fourth one I need to cut out. Miss Lena, do you want me to send you a link? I'm not staying up no 7.5 hours. So the fourth project is, let me see if I have the bag handle. So this is a bag handle, and it's 5.5 inches. Hi, Kristen. 5 by 6 inch piece of fabric. You need 2 pieces of fabric, and then 1 piece of 5 by 6 batting. And this is the batting I have, and it is, it's because I didn't know. When I got the embroidery machine, I wanted to make mug rugs, and so it's like I knew I needed batting, and so I got batting. I didn't know what I needed, but I'm glad it's small. It's good. I just have a lot of it. It's like the same. It's the size of a um, twin bed, but it works. It works. Ooh, it's just so. And and when I had it in my lap, it's definitely warm. I couldn't make a quilt. I couldn't make a quilt. I have no need for a quilt. Um, because it's just too hot. It's too hot here. It's still in the 90s. It's almost 11 o'clock. Anyway, so sewing machine, thread, basic things. And what I did was I went ahead and I quilted it. And how I did that was I just took I I sandwiched the top layer onto face up, right side up on top of the batting, and then and then I just took this and went from corner to corner with my pen and marked it, and then I went a half inch over and marked it, and just kept doing that, and then turned it and did it again this way, and then stitched it. And then I laid the other piece face down and stitched that, leaving an opening, and turned it, and then pressed it and top stitched it, and then added the um, Velcro. I don't like this particular Velcro. Um, High up to signs. Just dropping in for a few. 6 a.m. comes pretty quickly, and I have to go in the office tomorrow. Oh, you must work from home and have to go in. My job was never. I couldn't do my job. They didn't allow specimens coming going home with you. Anyway, so this is the sew-in kind of Velcro, and I got it at Walmart, but I don't like it because it doesn't seem to latch very good. It sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, I have an order for 7 or 8 or 9 of these, but so I'll be making these and getting these done. But um, I like them. Um, I'm going to go ahead and I'm still going to make them, but when I get paid, then I'll make them again, and with the other kind of Velcro, because I can, wow. I think I got a scratch on my album there, repeating things. Anyway, I can use them and then just wait, and get the better Velcro or the other kind of Velcro, um, for my customer. So I do need to cut the fabric out, though. That's the only thing I didn't have pre-planned. Lena, were you coming up? Did you need the link? I'm not staying up all night, though. I have an appointment at 7:30 in the morning. Let me see if I can send her the link. Oh, this computer is so slow. Liam is not going to craft on live? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can get back in the studio. Okay, I need 5 by 6. Sorry, I'm off camera, but one of these days I'll be all fancy and have cameras all over my room. Okay, I need 6. Five, 6. Here's my fabric. Talk, talk, talk. So then I just need one piece of batting, 5 by 6. Sorry. Hey, Heart Channel, there you are. I had story time. Which I think traumatized a few people. Okay. Okay, so what I did before was I didn't cut a 5x6 batting. I cut a bigger piece because it shifts during quilting, but it'll be fine. I Oh, good night, Jennifer. You at least saw the project, and this is the last project that I have planned. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Okay, so I use the blue water soluble, and I'm actually going to just do this. I usually let me have this. I usually have my mat over, but I have it over there because I needed it for cutting. So I'm just going to do this, and so I just go corner to corner and mark it. And then I go the 1/2 inch. Maybe it's an inch, I don't know, but it's the line with the numbers on it. This is a whole lot easier to see than the blue one that I made. Then it's just making these lines, and those are the lines I'm going to quilt on. One of these days I'm going to do the diamond, which then would be going this way as well as that way, but I won't do that tonight because time, if I had it already pre-done, pre-prepped. I forgot why I have that tape on there. It's measuring something. So I've done from the center to there, and so now I turn it, and we're doing the same direction of lines. We're just doing from the center to this corner now. And this is just the patterns that I've seen. I've not seen anybody do this I'm doing it because I just want to make sure that the batting stays with the fabric, not get bunched up. And it looks fancy. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by too, Heart Channel. I've been missing you. I catch your shorts, but I haven't seen you in chats. Okay, so then I don't know how. So now this is the batting, and I'm going to put wrong side down on the batting, and I'm going to clip it, or in my case, pin it. We're not turning it, so I I don't have to leave. And since you're quilting it, um, you don't have to do any back stitching. Just run it off the end. You're gonna make me cry. Okay. This really is fun. I do this with my jar koozies, the quilting, and I love it. Okay. I'm done with this. And I'm going to start in the corner and go corner to corner. So, in case y'all don't know, 755 is an artist, and she has a particular show that is called Upside Down and Blindfolded Painting. 755, no one will ever know. Anyway, so she's painted Lena, and then she just painted Rougie. A lot of you know who Rougie is, and she just did that on Saturday night. Check her out, 755 Media, her channel, and guess who's her next victim? Client. So I'll be posting the link to that when we get it scheduled. It's not scheduled. People laugh when I say that. It's like the victim, oops, client. They're like, it sounded like you said victim. I go, that's what it's called, victim slash client. Um, Heart Channel, you gotta get on the calendar, girl. Oh, I said I didn't have to backstitch, and here I am starting in the middle. It is hilarious to watch. And the results. And I'll hang it. I'll hang it on my wall. I'm so good at putting everything back after I use it that I need it again. And look who's in the house. Karen D. Whoop, whoop. Another night owl buddy. Except for we usually stay up all night at the Bling Fest. This is the first time she's joining my live late night. And it's actually not even late night. Not according to what we are used to. Thank you for coming in, Karen. $7.55. Our channel wants to know. She wants to get on your calendar. You're on her radar. Our channel. You're on the radar. That's the start. Right. Yep. Cheryl's another one of my California gals. Marilyn is on her radar too, but she's still saying no. Marilyn's still saying no. I know, Karen, you're making me jealous with your long hours of work, but that's what it takes owning a small business. Lots and lots of work. My doctor today, it's the first thing he asked me, how's business? I'm like, okay. I love my doctor. He respects my natural, my that I want to use natural products. He understands natural products. He recommends natural products. I love that. It's so different than what I had in California where I worked because they were all about pharmaceutical. Which don't get me wrong, I do like, you know, not against doctors. It's just for my body, it doesn't respond well. It reacts badly to synthetic. Oh, this is looking so good. Now I was gonna get because this is what I know is this water soluble thing. Actually, when I was a professional seamstress, I used chalk. That's what we had in the 70s and the 80s is chalk. And then now this pin, and you do have to get it wet. I just wash it with a wet cloth and remove the blue. I saw that fusion, I think is how you say it, but and I wanted to get that because then when you iron it, oh, I'm sorry, you're not even seeing what I'm doing. Because then when you iron it, the ink goes away. But then I heard when it gets cold, when the fabric gets cold, it comes back. So it's like, okay, scratching that off my wish list and just keeping it, um, just keep using what I'm using. And then I did pull out my chalk for the blue colors that I was able to use the pen on this blue. Heart Channel, did you see your date? It's February 14th. Upside down blindfolded painting. Oops, I skipped one. What was your message, hon? I skipped a line. I have to go back and get that in there. Oh boy. I clipped it too close. There's no monitors that are deleting messages, so I don't know how it got. And I'm sorry if anybody asked a question. If I didn't answer it, please ask it again. I haven't seen it. If I didn't answer it, I didn't see it. I go, like, after the live ends, then I go in and I read the whole chat. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't, because sometimes I don't even see when somebody comes in, especially when I have the laptop down, because then I don't see the chat. So I snipped my thread too close, and when the needle pulled up, the thread pulled out. feel like I'm doing surgery here. There we go. So I keep a scrap piece of it's heat transfer vinyl. I keep a scrap of that in my this little sewing drawer that's in my machine and stick it behind the needle so I can see the hole of the needle. All right. Resume sewing. Karen, the embroidery machine you just got, is that your first embroidery machine? Yes. I don't know. I don't know what size yours is, but mine is strictly just a 4x4. But I need to get a new laptop before I get an upgraded embroidery machine. She mentioned it in Eve's live last night, Marilyn. She'll tell you. I think I think she found a deal. Oh. Oh, okay. Yours is a 4x4 as well. Figure it's a good one to get the basics down. Yes. Yes, you can do like um left chest pockets, you could do like onesies, um um this this is a patch that Sharon Green made me using her 4x4 um machine. Oh, it was new for $100 at Walmart. Well, not that I have $100, but oh, and I don't need another 4x4. But yeah, so it, stitching just a little something on dog bandanas, you know, all kinds of fun themes. I don't put kids' names on any clothing or anything. I asked my granddaughter um, the baby's name, the new one, the one that's coming, and what she's going to call it, because she gives them names and then she doesn't ever call it. Thank you, Marilyn. This is from Karen Green made this, and she made it on her 4x4. I don't know what kind she has. I'm not savvy like that, but she used like one color on the back. So, and if it's a mug, the mug can go on there. So, so now I'm going to trim the batting. See, this could be a mug rug. So my idea, because I like this size mug rug, my idea was to go ahead and, because mine only does the square, and is just get the fabric and like embroider like a paw print in the corner there, and then whatever, I have to figure it out. So just do like embroider a design on there, and then take it off and finish it on the sewing machine. And then I could have like a rectangled mug rug. Okay, so now I'm going to move my presser foot out of the way. I'm just going to give this a little press. Because when I do the quilting, it gets all puffy, and then it doesn't match the size of that. I was watching early this evening, Patrice members Zoom from last year when they diamond patch and created a patch. Gonna have to pull those files out. Yeah, so I lost all those. So I don't know. I don't know if you're up to date, but my computer that I got, my gaming computer that was supposed to last me to the end of my time, it died, totally crashed. The battery cable, keyboard, motherboard, 1,050 to repair that. And then if they repaired that, then there may still be something wrong with it. Well, that's more than I paid for my machine. Of course, I did buy it on sale, but still, 2 years, only 2 years. It lasted me 2 years and 1 month. And so I am on my computer that I got in 2009. I'm using my phone as the volume, as the sound, because it's too crackly. But anyway, so I declined the repair. Not going to pay that much when you can get a new one, you know. You can get a new one cheaper than that. I can't, because I don't use credit cards, and so I've got nothing to back up. So all that work I've done for 2 years on that laptop is gone. So all the files, all everything. However, when I pulled this thing back up, because this is what I started with for Bling, I got all these, it's like I have a whole new library of designs. Of course, they were, from 2 years ago. And I was like, oh, Patrice doesn't want to see this one again, because now she puts her stones a little closer. Anyway, so I'm just pinning all the way around. I'm going to leave an area for an opening. So that I can turn it. And so it's the sandwich. Here's the batting with the quilted part on top, and so then this is face down, right side down together. No, I did not have a backup drive. I'm not savvy like that. Oh, you know what? They did back it up, but but they only kept it for a certain length of time, so it's probably gone. So if y'all remember, at least you two probably remember, Eve had her computer crash. So she told me don't get rid of the laptop, because we'll work on getting it. Oh, that would be nice. Did you back up your files? No, I did not. And that's where I got it from, Irma, is from Best Buy. And you know what? So since I couldn't get a laptop, because it's like the Best Buy card there's not enough room on there for that, and and so I was able to get a new phone. I don't want to touch it because it's very sensitive. Anyway, so I got a new phone, and because my phone was from 2018, and so I couldn't, and it's still good. It still looks new. It's just, and there's no scratches, cracks, nothing. And the only thing is that the operating system it's an 8. And for like the Amazon Flex job, you have to have an operating system of 10 or higher. So, so my daughter-in-law told me that, it's like you can trade in your phone for a new phone free. So that's what I did. However, I still have my old phone, because when I transferred everything over, everything didn't transfer over. So I've been having to spend my time inputting things. And even though I inputted phone numbers, like all the Bling sisters from 2024, I had them programmed in there, with the diamond in the front, and they're not in there. Even when I put them in there, when they call me, it's not coming up. I don't know how to connect it. I'm just like, I am. Yeah. I had to admit, because I used to write programs. I'm not tech, it's like I always said I'm tech savvy. I'm not tech challenged. But I had to admit, with this new technology, I'm tech challenged. So, all right. Getting back to the handle cover. So I am on regular sewing stitch length and leaving an opening to turn. Yeah, that's what's sad is that, like, if I was in California, oh gosh, I just sounded valley there. I'm sorry. If I was in California, I know people and that could help me. I would not have the problem. I mean, it would have been saved. I would have gone to them before I went to Geek Squad, even though I have a membership with Geek Squad. Technology immigrant. But think about it, all those fonts, ugh, which when my access, my design space access expired, um, I didn't lose my designs that were in there. I just, in order to use them, if I used any of Cricut's fonts or images, I either had to pay for them or I just changed them. And it's just changing the like my logo was made in there, so I just changed the font, and I created it in Creative Fabrica then, and then uploaded it. And because even the butterfly, they wanted to charge me for the butterfly, and it was like, anyhow. So I just roll with it, you know, as baby boomers, just roll with it. When am I coming on again? So I'm going to be doing Night Owl crafting every Monday night, 9:15 Central, which would be 10 o'clock, 10:15 your time. Um, and then, hey, Marlies. And then Wednesday at 11:45, I do my channel, 11:45 a.m. And so I'll be doing a sensory toy for my um, future great granddaughter that'll be due in a couple months. And um, I'm excited about that. I had to wash the fabric because it is um, cotton and flannel, so it's different mediums. So in order for, because like if the recipient washes it, it'll shrink differently. So you have to pre-wash the fabric. So I did that. Then now I got to pull out the ironing board and give that a good press. We'd love to stay on, but I have to go to bed. Okay. All right, Candy. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Yes, you're doing really good with your walking. Okay, Danny. Message you. Do I have your email? or Facebook? I have it. It's in a coffin. I put it in a coffin. Okay, Karen. I really appreciate that you came in. Whoops. Went too far. Okay, so the wrong side and the back side of the. Hey, Diane. So you must be East Coast if you're saying good morning. Over here on Central, Mountain, and West Coast, it's still daytime. Oh, okay. So then clipping the corners. How you doing, Diane? Up for my midnight snag. Okay, I didn't leave a very big opening here, but we'll get it through. Oh, yeah, it's easy to get through. This is pretty. Virginia. Okay. So then I'm just bringing out these corners. So this could be a mug rug. I would use the cotton batting inside it though. This is poly polyfill, so I wouldn't use it for anything hot. So now I'm just going to press this and do a top stitch. So I'm going to start with this side here that I need to catch get the opening for. That's pretty. And I'm going to, oh, I already did, changed it to the top stitch. Thank you. You know, Diane, you know, it's Marilyn's design. Hey, girl. I did Labrador outline. I know my camera doesn't do justice, but anyway, so Labrador outline, blue zircon, and fuchsia. Oops. Okay. Oops, did I get it? Okay, so I didn't catch this enough in there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do, let's see what this looks like. Okay. That took care of it. So what I did was I just did a zigzag stitch. Um, I did a zigzag stitch along that edge to close that up. Um, it's going to be underneath anyway. It'll be tucked in. So this is a luggage handle cover. And this is the back side. So this end, I'll make sure that I put the Velcro here because then it'll be tucked inside and that'll be on your thing. Also, so it can go on like the kid, like on the backpacks, it still has a handle, even though it has the straps. So this will go on it. And like when the kids, I'm seeing like it's washed out. It's a really pretty color. Anyway, um, uh, so like if the kids have the same backpacks, this is a good way to like tag it so that they know which one. Good night. Good night, Heart Channel. So anyway, um, I have the Velcro, but I don't like it. I'm going to go to another store and see about getting the other kind. Um, where'd I put? Oh, like where'd all that stuff go? So, like on these are the sublimation ones. See, that's a good. It's got nice loops and then nice fluffy threading. So that's where I got the idea from. So, but these are just like right here, it feels like it's a good connection, but this doesn't feel like a good connection. You really have to press it into each other to make it a good. And I can just see that the kids um, play with it so much. So I can at least get because I have a lot to make and a lot of orders for these. because you can use them for your bags too, like your grocery bags, and you want to carry more than one, you can just clip them together and then just have the handles all stick together. So I'm gonna make them up to this point. I'm gonna wash the blue ink out of it, and then when I get my the other Velcro, then I'm gonna stitch those on. So I can at least get them made to this point, to this point. That'll be great, and then I'll finish them when I get the other thing. So as a recap, we've been on 2.5 hours. Not bad for 4 projects. So to recap, oh, and I still have to hand stitch these. A whip stitch is going under and then bring the thread around, and so it looks like a also known as a blanket stitch. So I'll be stitching these closed, and but I'll do those, you know, later. So we made pocket fidgets, and these I put the supplies in the description. I'll put the measurements later. So this is a pocket fidget. It's made with polar fleece. It's 4.5 inches by 3 inches, and you need 2 pieces and a marble, just a regular marble. My great grandkids donated the marbles to my project, and then you can watch the replay if you weren't here for that, and then you just stitch a line down here, leaving enough room for the marble to go through. So I did, with this one, I did 7/8. So I found the center, and then I measured 7/8 from the edge. So there's 7/8 in this channel, and the marble fits really good through here. Oops, sorry. So my little one, I gave her one to play with while she was doing her homework, and she worked that marble all around, and it was great. And I filmed her hands doing that. So we did that. Jar openers. And 755, I saw you struggling with opening up your jars for paint, and so you need to get one of these. I need to get you one of these. Yellow, of course. So it's just, this particular one is a 6-inch square. You just need one piece of fabric, and then 6-inch, whatever size you make this, you just cut the same size for the shelf liner. So we did the jar opener, the fidget, and then this is a 3.5-inch square polar fleece and 1 inch of pool noodle. And I should be careful. I have a pin in here. I'm glad I did it this way and not the other way. So anyway, so these are great. Also fidget, but because it's nice and soft, but then also very useful for anything you need, and it works out your wrists too. It's great. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then the handle cover. So when I put this together, one will go on the one side, and then you put the other one on the other side. So it's like this. One's on this side, one's on this side. And it doesn't matter which one is which. And then it'll go on there. So if you have an embroidery machine, you can also embroider like your logo or your name on there. I don't want, like I would do Gale Designs on mine. My machine would do that, but I don't want to put the kids' names on there because we just don't do that. And we don't need anybody knowing, even a nickname, at the airport. So I'm really loving these, and I think I'm going to be doing some mud rugs. Um, Let me see here. Yep. Yep. It's 755. Yep. See, that'll be good. But I'll at least get the ones that I have orders for. I'll at least get them done to this point while I wait for the correct or the Velcro. I'm not going to say that it's not correct. The correct Velcro is the sew-in Velcro, and that's what I'm using. That's what I used, but I'm going to look for the other kind. I'm going to look for the other kind. But, oh, did Karen D come back? Or Jesse, you just saying hi? Karen D was leaving us to take a nap. Okay, once again, I'm sorry if I missed a question. You can ask me again. I'm going to read the chat later and I hope that I didn't miss a question. Thank you, Irma. Thank you, 755. Back to bed. Good night, everybody. Okay, Diane, thanks for having your midnight snack with us. Alice B, thank you. Yeah, I was excited, because I would come across things that were just quick and easy, and I says, well, that only takes 2 seconds to make. Thank you, Jesse. And so I said, let me get at least 4 projects put together, and so it's like I figured, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours would be good, a good live, and like it's almost midnight here, which is good. I have an appointment at 7:30 in the morning, so I do need to get to bed. Heard my name. Yes, Jesse said hello to you, so I thought you came back. Okay. Get some sleep and have a good walk in the morning. Thank you, Lena. Thank you. So once again, for a recap of my shows, I will be doing Night Owl Crafting every Monday at 9:15 Central Time, 9:15 p.m., of course, Central Time. And my regular, not my regular show, because this is my regular show as well now. And then my Wednesday show is at 11:45 a.m. Central Time. And then, of course, the Pat Chat Crew is 5 p.m. Central Time on Thursday. Thank you, Doncel. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my moderators, for coming in. And thank you for everybody that's watching the replay. Please remember to click the thumbs up. It's very important. It's free. And that's all I got. Thank you so much. Peace and love. And have a blessed rest of the week. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Good night, Marlise. Thank you for coming in. I had a lot of Californians in today, which is good because, it's only 6 o'clock over there. Thanks, 755.